Welcome back for another 5-minute market update. Bitcoin did pierce this long-term overhead resistance line yesterday on the close with a high that exceeded the previous local high, which was extremely exciting, except a pierce is not the same as closing above the line. If you watch my video on trend lines, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll make sure to leave that link to the end of this video. Now, the main thing we need to watch right now is, unfortunately, the bearish possibility of BTC falling down to, my guess is about $80,000. I think that makes logical sense. I don't expect some major pullback down another 13% unless something terrible happens with more unexpected news, which seems like it happens this basically every single week. But this is still a great push. Please do not misunderstand my bullishness or my bearishness, rather. Having the price of BTC on Sunday and Monday test this level, yesterday piercing this level, it means that this level is being significantly weakened in the short term. The price of Bitcoin is still inside the daily TBO cloud. Things are still looking good. Please understand, I am not bearish, but short term, there is cause for a little bit of a pullback. It makes a lot of sense. We're seeing daily RSI put in a lower high. We're seeing it starting to weaken, which is okay, because on the 4-hour time frame, if you watch my video on the Coin Bureau trading channel, you would have known that we had another TBT Bearish Divergence signal that printed back here on Monday night. And then again, yesterday, Tuesday night, it printed a second one, which is telling us that there's even greater possibility of BTC falling. Now, again, my short-term target is going to be about here at about $79,000 to $80,000 because of TBO support here. Because of price action, I don't really expect the price of BTC to dump that hard, but this is something to keep an eye on for sure. Now, BVOL 70 continues to fall down, but it didn't drop as much yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if we see increased volatility for Bitcoin, which could cause BVOL 70 to shoot back up into the rejection zone. Stablecoin dominance, even though we had a pullback on BTC, it only barely closed up like 1.56% yesterday, which is amazing. And RSI didn't even get close to overbought values. Now, let's talk about some must-watch coins right now. Ohm, I told you yesterday, well, actually, if you're in the Better Traders Club, you know what I'm talking about because I shared this exact thing. I said, if there's a bounce on Ohm, which I'm not expecting to happen, but if there is, expect the price to hit at least the 1.0 Fibonacci retracement level, which is based off of the high back over here when it listed back on March 2021. Now, like it or hate it, this was actually a really good setup and it moved quite a lot yesterday, 35%. Please don't interpret this like, oh, okay, Ohm's going back up to where it was. No, this is going to chop sideways for quite a while. The token's dead, in my opinion, but this is still going to be good for trading. Now, speaking of good for trading, previously Phantom, I can't shake that habit. It's so annoying. But this chart is starting to look like it's going to do a repeat. Notice anything familiar here or similar? We're seeing a big impulse, and it comes down to support, breaks it a little bit, another impulse, not as big, hits support, breaks it, a little bit of an impulse. It's probably going to head back down here to support, down here about 38 cents, and then break it again before doing the same thing. It's a bouncing ball effect. You can see it. There's the first bounce is biggest, then the next one not so big, next one not so big, next one not so big. But it would be a nice entry right here at about 38 cents for S, and even right up there for like 26, 27%. That would be a really, really good trade. And that's kind of what I'm expecting to have happen. Now, just because the majority of cryptocurrencies are bearish does not mean that everything is bearish. Core is in process of printing a TBO open long. This is amazing because the last open long we had was way back here in November 2024. Now, just because we have a TBO open long does not mean that the price is just going to keep shooting up and up and up and up, but this is a great sign. Plus, we have confirmation here on on-balance volume. Look at this moving average. This thing is going parabolic. This is telling us that there is a lot of bullish momentum. Volume still looks decent. We had a lot of pumps recently, but on the 4-hour time frame, just be warned here, it is right at resistance. It would not surprise me to see Core drop back down just a little bit. But momentum is in this chart's favor. It's looking really good. All right, Solana. Now, I have a new tag for you. All these flags right here that are pink. Let me hide myself. Pop. All of these pink flags are letting us know about some bearish volatility signals, and that's on the 4-hour time frame. TBT Bearish Divergence signals have appeared for Solana. We have 2 of them right here. The last one preempted and moved down about 12%. Hopefully we don't see the same thing. 12% would put Solana back down to about $115, but it's possible. We just got to wait and see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop down to like 112 at least. We do have an open CME gap still at $121, by the way. So I think that's going to get closed. AVAX, similar story. This actually printed a TBT Bearish Divergence cluster. That bright red tab right there is a cluster, letting us know that there are more than two happening in very close proximity. This is an extremely bearish setup. Now, this is an extremely bullish setup, yet the price went against us before moving up higher. So we have to take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, like going, okay, maybe it might not fall that hard, but it already has fallen about 5%. So I do think this one will continue to trigger a downtrend, especially if Bitcoin continues to fall. It did move up into the daily cloud. Support is right about here at about 1556 or so. Hype on the 4-hour time frame. This one has conflicting signals, unfortunately. We have TBO breakouts right here after the impulse, which tells me that this is probably marking a high. We have the price stalling at TBO resistance on the 4-hour. We have 2 TBT Bearish Divergence signals. I would expect hype to fall from here, especially given the fact that it moved up like 70% over 5 days. How far could it go? Maybe down here to about $13. If things got really bad, which I doubt it, I don't think it's going to fall that low. But I think somewhere around here, about 1245, 1250 or so would make sense. Render, similar story on the 4-hour. We have TBT Bearish Divergence happening right around TBO resistance. Look at this one right here back in March. Perfect setup. Look at that for a short. And it fell right down here to TBO support for a 32% short. That's insane without leverage, right? So we're seeing a similar setup. 2 TBT Bearish Divergence signals. We have a close long in progress right now. Still have to wait 2 hours, 45 minutes for it to close. But the last time this happened and printed, we saw render fall a lot more. RSR, again, on the 4-hour, we're seeing another similar setup. TBT Bearish Divergence signal plus 3 TBO closed longs is letting us know that there's a very strong chance that we should see RSR fall down, I would guess somewhere around this range. And then last but not least, FARTCOIN. FARTCOIN printed 2 TBT Bearish Divergence signals in the last 24 hours. After not pushing above resistance, I would expect FARTCOIN probably to test again, moving up just a little bit, but it is showing signs of weakness with this cluster right here. The move could be done. But the last time we saw one of these, look what happens. We see the price come back up to it, and then it falls about 30%. So maybe we'll see FARTCOIN go back up about 10, 12%, only to fall back down here to about 61 cents or so to TBO resistance / support. It is on an uptrend. We have to keep that in mind. The trend is still bullish. Now, I want to let you guys know about something. If you missed my video that posted really recently, we are doing one of, how do I say this? This is the first ever Better Trader Summit. We're really excited about this. We're doing this in partnership with AllTradey at Consensus in Toronto on May 15th at the Soho Hotel. If you want to join me in person and Benoit Clausen, the CEO of AllTradey, for one-on-one training, we have it limited to just 30 seats. You're going to go to thebettertraders.com/summit. The link is down below. I would love to see you there in person. And if you're going to be at Consensus, definitely let me know. That'd be awesome to meet up with you and say hi. So make sure to watch this video where I talk about whatever I talked about at the beginning. I have to watch what I said. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.